It's the NFL on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC North. It's the Lions and the Vikings, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 22.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Detroit Lions. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. On first down, Ryan. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now Fields. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled on some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Ryan will throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. A gain of 9 there. Sets up second and goal.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterback.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Hartley now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Fields on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
They go play action with Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another 1st down as well. Again, Ryan. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 16, the 40, past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball is thrown.
And this will be a Vikings 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that a little bit.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Ryan. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Ryan. Street's got it, complete.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score. On 1st down, Westbrook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers a week ago for Westbrook. 16 carries, 55 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were losers a week ago to the Bears, but they lead things here as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Play action, Ryan. He's got a man, it's his fullback. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Hold on a second, was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again, Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Malone. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 14.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
3 yards the gain there, second down. Fields now to throw. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? One play action. Fields. He's got Jeffrey. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. Gates with a grab. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll run on 1st down. Faulkner, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking with those big behemoths starting to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
On 2nd down, Faulkner, and that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5, coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. To throw again is Ryan. Hard throw, incomplete. That close on 3rd down. I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal.
Play action. It's Ryan sliding out of the pocket. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's their quarterback. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Hartley now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
On first down, Westbrook, and he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Westbrook. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll run on first down. Westbrook, a good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll keep it on the ground. Westbrook flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
To throw is Fields.
And this is going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone. that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The Vikings send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Pushes him over. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 29, Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's Barnett. Only a yard there, sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Here's Fields.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Ryan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Here's Fields.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On 3rd down, Westbrook. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Jeffrey with a catch left side. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Throwing again on second down. Fields. Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Sanders' kick is good. And then we'll get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They go play action now. Ryan. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Another try after the first down sack. Ryan. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Open man there is Malone. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Flushed out right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On first down, Fields. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Vikings on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Faulkner. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
66 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
On 2nd down now, Faulkner. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
4th down. Here's Ryan. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th, and the Lions will take over. On 1st down, Westbrook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Now Fields.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Ryan now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw.
Matt LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call. He's going to throw. So the challenge not a successful one, as this will stay an incomplete pass.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he completes it to Westbrook. Busts through the tackle. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Play action. It's Fields. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. From the gun, here's Fields. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. Back to throw. Fields. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. This from 54 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And we see here the productivity certainly has decreased from the start of the game, but sometimes people forget these tight ends, they can do more than just catch the football.
That is so true, because now when things start to happen and you're not getting the ball as much, maybe you change your focus on the game. Maybe you become a very good decoy. Maybe you block a little bit more. But sometimes you have such a great first half, you expect it to continue to roll, and it doesn't just happen that easily in the second.
Now they have been able to shut him down, at least as of late. They'll keep it on the ground. Faulkner, he'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, Faulkner. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Down to the 25. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And to give this time to the tailback. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him 9 on the pickup, but they're still a few inches short now on 4th down. On 4th down, Joe Judge makes the decision. They're going for it. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. Complete at the 1. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Hartley now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
The open man is Westbrook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And one last throw here for Fields.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold,